And then that's when my heart sank. I'm like, oh, now I realize what happened. I just got hacked. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my usual videos. I'm going to be explaining what exactly happened 2 days ago when my accounts got hacked. Some of you might have not noticed, but I know there's definitely quite a few of you that did and are curious what exactly happened. And I'm going to break it down for you, not only because it's probably maybe interesting for some people, but also it could prevent you from getting hacked as well. So it all started when I got a DM on X/Twitter from a person named Ashley Kingston. And this person, I checked their profile, is some type of marketing manager, I believe, at JBL, which is a company that makes speakers, microphones, other stuff like that. I actually have one of their speakers that I use pretty often. And she reached out to me and said, hey, Caleb, I'm a manager at JBL. Would you be interested in potential collaboration? We're offering great terms, powerful equipment for you, etc. Let us know. Before I even respond to a DM from Ashley Kingston, I took a look at her LinkedIn profile as well. Looked very legit. Over 500 plus connections on LinkedIn. Has a long history of working with JBL as well. I didn't see the message right away, but when I did, I was like, oh, thanks for reaching out. What do you have in mind? Because this is definitely something that a lot of content creators do. They work with different brands on different sponsorships, stuff like that. Turns out, I also use her speaker, so I said, you know what, I know the product, I like it, so I'm down for it. As she responds and says, great, when you have your next video coming out, and at the time, I was just about to hit Legend, so I'm thinking, hey, this is a good time for me to put this in my video. Could be a video that, gets maybe more views than usual ones, so what better time than to promote it? So I tell her I have a good video coming out this week. What are the rates? Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to do this for free. And, these kind of sponsorships always have some type of rate or some type of system on how the content creator gets paid. This probably should have been a slight red flag for me because instead of responding me with a rate right away, she pretty much just says, if you're at a computer at the moment, we can sign an NDA. And after that, we could talk about details through, various communication platforms. NDAs or non-disclosure agreements are pretty standard for these kind of partnerships with content creators. And I've done them in the past with various other companies. So that's pretty expected. So Ashley sends me this document and it's on Zoho, eSign, wherever there's an NDA, you got to review it. And so I read through it. Everything looks pretty standard for the most part as an NDA. And I go to sign it. Now, this is where it gets interesting. It says, if I've already used this Zoho e-signing application before, easy enough. I could just re-log in, utilize the app, no big deal. But if it's my first time signing with this application, I had to download it first and then sign it. I signed other documents and NDAs and contracts before on these kind of websites. However, the more I think about it, I'm thinking, I don't think I ever had to download an application. Usually it's built into the website. But it didn't really cross my mind too much. It was late at night and I'm probably just making some excuses, but I download it. I try to open it up. Nothing really happens. I'm like, okay. Then I kind of just don't really think about it too much for like the next 30 minutes. I was playing some other video game. And then all of a sudden, after my game, I check my Chrome. I'm logged out. I use Google Chrome for my main browser, so it's tied to my Gmail account and all that stuff. So I try to re-log in, and the email is different. It's still my profile picture on my Gmail account, but the email is some weird address. And then I type in my password, and all of a sudden it says, your password changed less than an hour ago. And then that's when my heart sank. I'm like, oh, now I realize what happened. I just got hacked. I checked my phone as well, right? Because I have two-factor authentication. So usually I had to prove anything on YouTube. Couldn't open my YouTube. I was logged out of that as well. This is a crazy part to me because I've never been in this kind of situation before. I thought that two-factor authentication, having my backup phone number, backup emails in my Gmail accounts, in my Google account means that I can't get hacked very easily. However, when I downloaded that malware from that application, they were able to enter my Google account and change my password, my backup phone number, two-factor authentication, my backup emails, all that stuff without me needing to approve it. Once I got hacked, of course, I messaged a hacker and said, look, so you hacked me. What do you really want, right? Because at that point, I'm sure they're going to try to hold my account for ransom. And even though I probably wasn't going to pay whatever they were, because that's probably another layer on top of this scam, I just was curious what they were going to say. And at this point, Ashley Kingston threw out all the proper grammars like 3 days and you will get it back. I have no idea if I could trust their word on this. I know at this point, this is not even Ashley Kingston I'm probably even talking to. So of course, I'm panicking a little bit because there's a lot of things tied to my Google account. Not just my Gmail, right? But I use it for a ton of my logins. Not just my YouTube account, but my Pokemon Go account also tied to that. Accounts for other video games tied to that as well. It's my main contact email for my bank accounts and all these other things. I'm sure you probably don't give it a second thought when you log into a website and it says, oh, log in with your Google account. Well, that's me. I did that a lot as well. And so, of course, every website I use that with, I'm now locked out of. So I'm starting to panic a little bit. I'm Googling online and this is where I get even more scared because I'm seeing that Google doesn't really have a phone number you could call them for customer support and to get your hacked accounts recovered. And a lot of the Reddit threads are saying, oh yeah, Google just, they don't have the support system for it, the manpower, all that stuff, and they just don't care. You're just out of luck. And I kept browsing the internet a little bit, and then I realized that there was this one Reddit thread that said, hey, I actually tried this instead. I went on X, I went on Twitter, I tagged Team YouTube at Team YouTube on X and explained my situation. They were able to get my account back, and I got it back. Right, so this person was really excited. They had an update on the Reddit thread and said, oh my gosh, I got my account back. Somehow, this was the only way. I gave it a shot myself. I'm feeling a little bit more hopeful, right? I have no idea what the timeline is on when this person got their account back because they didn't say it, but I'm feeling a little bit hopeful. So the timestamp here is that I got hacked around 5 a.m. my time, and then around 6 a.m. is when I sent in that tweet to YouTube. And of course, I'm just tossing and turning in my sleep, trying to just check. Wake up every couple hours and check to see if they responded, and they did. While I'm going back and forth to Team YouTube on X, I get some DMs from some friends and other people concerned and said, hey, look, I think you got hacked. You know why? Because they were live streaming some Bitcoin crypto thing on my channel. And I'm sure this is another part of their hacking scheme where they're trying to get people to sign up for this stuff to, steal their things as well. The funny thing is I go into this live stream with my other accounts and I'm watching, and it has like a countdown from 20 minutes all the way till when it goes live. And there was like about 6,000 people waiting to watch it live in the chat room. That's even more viewership than I get from my live stream. So kind of ironic, but maybe boosted my engagement a little bit. However, shortly after that, before they even started showcasing anything on this live stream, YouTube suspended my account because, of course, they noticed suspicious activity. And I think me even messaging Team YouTube might have flagged them as well to deal with it even sooner. I have this thread where I went back and forth with Team YouTube to see if they could figure out my problems. Of course, they suggested the standard account recovery stuff, which I obviously tried and couldn't get into. And then they sent some more follow-up questions in DMs and then sent my backup email a recovery form. And this is where it's really important, especially if you get hacked yourself. This form has a ton of questions and you need to be as specific and as accurate as humanly possible, because the main concern for Google is that anyone can contact them and say, my account was hacked and I want to recover it. But the thing is, they need to verify that the person reaching out to them is actually you and not some other hacker or someone trying to steal your account. While I'm answering these questions, I'm also going back on Reddit and I'm seeing that there's these other YouTubers online that have approached the same method and they never got their accounts back. One person had like over 100,000 subscribers, had that silver play button and stuff, still didn't get their account back because Google couldn't verify that it was actually him sending in that form. So he had to start from scratch, and I have way less followers than 100,000. Another person said it took them 17 days to finally get their account back. So of course I'm thinking I can't really do anything productive or fun for 17 plus days at least. I had no idea what the timeline was. My Google account was hacked, which means that they also had access to my Google Chrome account and has a bunch of my passwords saved. And that is not good because I have a lot of bank account stuff, PayPal, all these other things that they could have access to. So by the time I made this realization, it was about 6 hours after I got initially hacked. I go in, change all the passwords and stuff. However, my email's still associated with it. I couldn't really change my emails associated with it, but I at least was able to change the passwords. And luckily, they didn't really touch any of those accounts for some reason. After they determined that my account was compromised, I went back and forth with YouTube support further. They're finally able to get me to a website where I could completely reset everything on my Google account. And this was around 9:30 p.m., which is pretty good because when I sent in this initial message on X to Team YouTube, it was 6 a.m. So not even 24 hours later, I'm getting my account back. And I did, which was fantastic. However, my YouTube account was still suspended from earlier, so I sent an additional form for them and also let them know. And I think it was around midnight, I got my YouTube account back as well. And of course, the first thing I checked when I got my accounts back is if they changed anything. And funny enough, they didn't ever go into my bank accounts, PayPal, Venmo, all that stuff. They didn't send any weird emails or delete anything on my Gmail. All they did was attempt to run this Bitcoin crypto live stream to scam other people. And that even failed because YouTube shut down my account before anything happened. So I'd say all in all, I got pretty lucky. I got hacked at 5 a.m. that same day and I got everything, including my YouTube account, back at midnight that day. I'm not sure if Team YouTube got back to me and got everything sorted out sooner than other people because I provided really accurate information. It could be also that I'm a partner YouTuber, who knows? Maybe I just got really lucky with YouTube's customer service person when I filed the complaint. Either way, this is a really common hack these days that people usually refer to as a sponsorship hack, and they target a lot of YouTubers, creators, stuff like that. A few takeaways from this. One, hackers are getting smarter. They're not doing stuff that's so obvious anymore. And I thought that I'd never get hacked like this for the rest of my lifetime. And here we are making this video. Number two, even if someone seems legit on social media, you never know. And the thing is, when I got offered to be a commentator for the Pokemon company, I got a similar DM from some producer at Pokemon, very casual as well, and worked out, made a huge impact on my life for the positive. However, sometimes these things are not to be trusted. So definitely do your research as much as you can. I'm sure Ashlyn Kingston is a real person. I'm sure that the person that's hacking me is not even Ashlyn Kingston. They're just pretending to be her, and she might not even know that someone is even using her identity to scam all these YouTubers. And third takeaway here is that obviously a lot of your Google accounts is tied to so much of your personal life these days. However, like I said, Google doesn't really have a great way to recover these types of accounts except through using @TeamYouTube. What if you're not a content creator like me? What if you don't make videos on your YouTube channel, and how are you going to recover it? I really have no idea. And my guess is you're probably out of luck and you're kind of make a new account and everything's lost. So my recommendation is, if you don't have one already, just make a YouTube channel with your main account. Upload some random videos. Doesn't have to be anything personal. Could be random stuff, but just have something there so that if you ever get hacked one day, you can @TeamYouTube yourself and potentially get your account back. Because I would hate for anyone to go through what I did and actually get their stuff taken and not be able to recover it. Because even if I didn't have a YouTube channel, even if I'm not a content creator and I lost access to my Gmail account, my Google account, that would still be super annoying to deal with. And unless Google down the road creates some type of system where they can recover hacked accounts for people that aren't YouTubers, this is probably the best thing you could do to protect yourself in the future. Anyway, that's the story of how I got hacked and how I got my account back. Big shout out to Team YouTube and the Google staff. I know some people have expressed frustrations with them getting their accounts recovered, but for me, it was a very quick process. I'm sure they get a ton of these cases on a regular basis. So I'm really grateful for them, and hopefully I never had to interact with those staff again, because I don't want to get hacked again. Be on the lookout for more Pokemon content, and hopefully you'll never see a crypto stream on this channel again. Until next time, peace out. Also, as an addendum here, as I'm editing this video, I got another notification saying that I went live with the crypto stream, and I realized I made another account on my YouTube channel as a manager, so they're still able to publish content. I finally got that removed, but I somehow came out with another crypto stream twice in a week. Never again. So double check your permissions on your YouTube channel if you get hacked, because they'll probably still be in there somehow unless you completely remove them.